Class is in session. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and this is my first video. In this video, we'll be looking at SPM English Paper 1119/1, which is Paper 1 for KBSM, and our topic for today is directed writing. The question will be taken from the actual SPM question in 2015. Alright. Before we get started, you can get the materials that I use in all of my videos from this link here. You just have to scan the QR code, or if you're viewing this from your phone, you can take a screenshot and then still go to the link that is provided and download all the materials. You can either print them out or you can refer it to another screen that you have, maybe your PC, whatever strikes your fancy. Alright, now for today, we are going to have a look at the first one, which is speech. Happens to come out in 2015, and this is the question that we have. Alright, for SPM question, please make sure you read everything that is provided to you in the paper, and then make sure you have a pen of another color, not black, or even better, a highlighter, for you to go through and make notes of all the important points and requirements of the questions that we have in the question. So let's not waste time and go through the questions now. This is the whole page of what we can look at. Please excuse the mark on top of the word sulit there. I used the actual question. It has been in my possession for quite some time, and that's the rusty, I think, was it a paper clip or something like that? But never mind that. Now, it is provided in the question. Section A, directed writing, 35 marks. You need to make sure you know what those 35 marks are for. Alright, so 35 constitutes of 15 content and format. And then we have, 20 for language. Excuse my handwriting. I'm gonna use that kind of a handwriting, but I'll improve hopefully one day. Alright, now, so you know the allocation of marks is for now. Usually for content, there will be either 13 or 12 marks, and also the remaining from the 15, 2 or 3 will be the marks for format. It depends on the format of the question. So if you have more formats, usually the most would be 3 marks for formats, and the remaining would be for the content. How do you know? You can have a look at the points given, and also you can actually look over here, this part, when you are looking for the format. Let's have a look at the points first. How many points do we have here? We have 1, 2, and then the third point is divided into 2, so that makes 4. The next one would be divided to 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we have 9, 10. Note that over here you have to give your own idea for this point, so make sure when you are writing the question later, when you're going through the question later, jot down your ideas. Alright, I'm just going through the question with you for now. So we already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then this is 11, 12, and 13. So 13 marks for content. That means we have another 2 for your format. So what is the format? The format is over here, greetings, and then purpose. You have to keep in mind that you have to do all this, and make sure you do not leave out any points that we have. Okay. Ta-da! I cleared all the markings for you. I just went and erased everything so that now we can go through the points one by one. But before that, let's continue reading the questions from 35 marks. We have time suggested is 45 minutes. The reason why they stated that for you is some of you might want to start with section B first. So whichever sections, whichever questions you try to answer first, you make sure that you answer the questions within the stipulated time. This is because if you were to if you were to go beyond the limit that is given to you, then you might not have enough time to write a proper essay for the next question, which will make you lose more marks. So even if you're not finished yet, please make sure that you go to the next essay and try to get as much points there. And then once you are done with the second essay, go back to the first and finish it properly. Alright, now let's have a look at the first part of the question. It's quite important because that is where the clues are at. So your school is organizing a ceremony. So that's the first one, school. I'm gonna use a highlighter just because it's fancy. So let's see, restart. Go back to the highlighter. Your school. So it's organizing a ceremony for your favorite English teacher who is retiring. So is retiring, not transferring. Okay, you have been asked to give a farewell speech. Okay, not a congratulatory speech or any other types of speech. So a farewell is to say goodbye. Use the notes below about your teacher to write your speech. All right. Let's go back to the pencil. Number of years teaching at your school. The first time that you go through the question, make sure you have the ideas already in your head. And what you do is, for the types of points given to you like this, you make a scribble. Let's say, for example, you want to say 7 years. So you just put 7 there. Later when you write, you'll have an idea of what to write instead of having to think while you are writing. It might seem simple here, but it will be really helpful once you have all the details ready. You don't have to stop your thinking process just to think of a perfect number or suitable number to write for your teacher. Previous schools, okay, since they use plural here, I'm just going to assume that we're going to write 2 schools. So write some simple names. SMK Kloang, maybe, that's a simple one. And then the second one is SMK Kampung Jaya. Whatever you want. This is a proper name, so it doesn't matter if it's in Malay or whatnot. Alright, just make sure you have the names of the school. The next point would be 100% passes English language. So this one is complete. You have to just put it in a sentence. And then Innovative Teacher Award, maybe you want to say the year 2007. Up to you. Or maybe every year if you fancy that. And then contributions to the school. She's the head of English panel. Simply put that in the sentence. Mention that she is the head of the English panel. That is one of the contributions to the school. Maybe she has been the head of the English panel for like 10 consecutive years or something. And then you have teacher advisor for debating team. She's been coaching the debating team, and then maybe they won at so many levels. And then we have organizer of charity events. You might want to mention here, okay, this one is winning team. And then charity events for needy students, for example. Whatever comes to mind, make sure you jot them down. And then this is the most important part, to jot down your ideas, which is when they ask you for your own idea. So teachers' plans after retirement. Plan number 1, travel the world, or whatever you have in mind. It's actually okay. And then continue charity. Charity, maybe some free extra class to the students, okay? And then your opinion of the teacher. Maybe you can state one characteristic, or maybe you can say what you think of the teacher. Maybe you love the teacher, maybe you think that the teacher is amazing. So I'm just going to put amazing here, just an example. And then later we're going to have a look at what I've written. I've already pre-written one sample essay for you. It might not be the same as this one, but this is just to give you an idea of what to do with the question. So one good memory you have of your teacher, you can say that she helped you become better, maybe better at English, a better student. You can come up with anything. Please remember that even if you don't have any experience like this, you can always make it up and write something or relate it to someone, that maybe another teacher, maybe not an English teacher but a maths teacher, for example. That could be the same as well. Alright, so the last one would be wish your teacher well for the future. Okay, so that is very easy. No, you don't need notes for that one. And then when writing the speech, you should remember, again, this is very important, to greet the audience and then state the purpose of your speech. Okay, well, that's awkward. I'm at my school now, but please never mind the noise. I'm still a novice at this YouTube thingy. I'm trying to reduce as much noise that I can. I even turn off the AC, and then I'm squinting my eyes at the cars that are passing by. But anyhow, that I digress. So let's go back. Let's go back to what we have in here. We were at the purposes now, and then you have to use all the notes given, give your own ideas when needed. We already did that. And then end your speech appropriately. Okay, this is another part. Okay, so you have to put a good ending to your speech. So there's actually 3 here. I mentioned 2 just now. There's actually 3 here. So how do you end a speech? It's very simple. You end a speech with thank you. For English language, it's as easy and as simple as that. That's all you need to do. Alright, so now pay attention. We'll move on. Alright, for introduction just now, as I mentioned to you, what do we need in our introduction? Again, as mentioned in the question, for introduction, you need a greeting. Okay? Okay, you also need your purpose. There's always the question whether you, as a Muslim, whether you are allowed to put Assalamualaikum, because it's a common greeting here in Malaysia. Well, you can, but it won't be complete. Otherwise, you put another greeting which is also in what do you call that, English, such as good morning or good day, or simply say greetings to whoever that is in the speech or in the ceremony. So it's not wrong to put Assalamualaikum, but you have to put it together with another greeting, which is also which is in English. All right. So make sure you have that done correctly. And who do you address while giving your greetings? You can simply just say good morning, everyone, and that's sufficient. Other than that, this makes a difference as well between a speech and a talk, which we will look at once we are doing the actual question for SPM 2016. A speech is a much more formal delivery. For talk, it's a little less formal, and the difference can also be seen in the audience. So for this one, if it's an assembly, maybe you have your principal, and then still a lot of students, I find that they don't know what penolong kanan is in English. Penolong kanan is senior assistant. Okay, not right assistant or wrong assistant. You use senior assistants, and you don't have to go into the details. We know that in Malaysia we have for management, for student affairs, and for co-curricular, but you can just simply say senior assistants, as in plural form. And that would be enough. So good morning to the principal, senior assistant, teachers, and in this case, because we are celebrating a teacher, then you should mention the name of the teacher. Give a name to the teacher. Maybe I think in my case I'm going to use Madam Nancy. Alright, so the purpose of you giving the speech is to say farewell, to bid farewell, or to maybe reminisce. Reminisce is to go down the memory lane and think about what the teacher has been doing in that school and the previous teaching years in the previous schools. So whatever the purpose is, make sure you have one. So in my case, I would be reminiscing, and then I would share with the audience. Okay, so reminisce, this is how you spell share memories. Okay, you have these 2 things, you will guarantee 2 marks for your format, and another one at the end when you have to say thank you and you have to close your speech. Other than that, you can start with the point if you'd like to. Okay, so let's have a look at the sample that I did you. Alright, so I did start with Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to the principal. See, I use good morning along with Assalamualaikum, and then senior assistants, teachers, and dear friends. Most importantly, a very warm greetings to that's our, what kind of a spelling is this? Okay, beloved teacher, Madam Nancy, whom we are celebrating today, as she is retiring after 30 solid years serving as a teacher. So you see, that's the first point that I've included in my introduction. Okay, so the years, but over here is 30 solid years throughout her career. This is where it actually refers back to the point. The point once the number of years the teacher has been teaching in your school. So not this one. Alright. Today I would like to reminisce the beautiful moments with Madam Nancy. I give a name to her and share with you some of the great things she did throughout her career, especially after being transferred to our school for almost 13 years. Okay, 13 years. So I added point number 1 there. And I also completed the introduction with a greeting, purpose, and content point number 1. To me, that's a complete introduction. Let's have a look at the next one, body paragraphs. So for body paragraphs, you are going to usually have, for my students, I encourage them to have 2 to 4 paragraphs. 2 to 4 paragraphs. Depending on the types of points that you have, looking at the distribution and looking at the number of points. Sometimes they group the points together. You can make that into one paragraph, or you can combine your the ideas given to you and write. The minimum number of body paragraphs would be 2, and 4 I think is the most, because 5 paragraphs would be just too much. Just too much. So 2 to 4 paragraphs of the body paragraph. Alright, let's have a look at the first body paragraph. Before coming to SMK Bestarijaya, which is the current school she's in now, I imagine that she's in the school and the school's name is SMK Bestarijaya. She was a dedicated teacher at SMK Gelang Patah and SMK Putrajaya. Just a fancy name I came up with. So those are the 2 points that I came up with. It's actually 1, content point number 2. Okay, so I have the name of the previous schools in which she had been striking monumental achievements as an academia. She has always achieved 100% passes for English language. Okay, that is content point 3. After that, we also have the next one, which is Innovative Teacher Award. I put it in a sentence. This brought her to be awarded the Innovative Teacher Award, coming from her unique teaching style, which attracted students of all backgrounds. So that is, content point number 4. In this school, she rightfully became the head of English panel. That's the next one. Contributions to the school. That is content point number 5. And also the teacher advisor for our debating team. I combined 2 points in one sentence, but if you notice that I have this what we call as a conjunction here, I combine 2 different ideas in one sentence, and this is different from stringing. Stringing is not allowed in not to say that it's not allowed, but we won't consider your marks if you were to string your ideas together. Let's say, for example, you were to put it in a sentence like this: contributions to the school includes being the head of the English panel, the teacher advisor for debating team, and the organizer for charity events, and then you put a period. In one sentence you put 3 points, and you did not necessarily elaborate, but you put it independently in one sentence for each points. So that's what we want you to do, so that you would display your linguistic abilities. Now we know that we have CP6 and we also have CP7. CP7, where's CP7? She also contributed as the organizer for numerous charity events throughout her service. As simple as that, in one sentence. Let's look at the next paragraph. As you can see, as a refresher there, I've included this greeting. It's not necessary, but it makes it look like a speech or a talk, and you must use one that is suitable to the tone, bearing in mind that this carries a formal tone. So I use dear friends here only for one of the paragraphs, and then you start as usual, just to maybe grab the attention of your listeners, so to say. You must be wondering what Madam Nancy is planning on doing after her retirement. Okay, I had just a chance to ask her before this, and above all, she wanted to travel to her dream destination, New Zealand. You can come up with anything that you have in your head, any destinations. In addition, she was also aiming to start classes and training for the needy, being the altruist she is. Okay, so that is CP8 and CP9. CP is content point. We also have the next point, which is opinion of the teacher. Personally, I think she is a wonderful teacher. So Being wonderful, just now I used the word amazing when I was going through the question, but over here I use wonderful. Anything that strikes your mind, that would be CP number 10. Put it in a sentence and there you have it, 1 point for you. I remember her being adamant about me being a good writer despite my contrasting belief. Alright, and then it was the best memory I had of her as a student. Okay, so this is one of the memories that he has, so that makes it CP 11 for this essay. Alright, the next paragraph would be the conclusion, but bear in mind we still have one more point that we haven't written down, which is the wish, and you should also thank your audience, or we called it a closing. So let's have a look at what we have. Before I leave the stage, I would like to wish Madam Nancy all the best in whatever she is planning to do in the future. That is the wish, so that makes CP12 complete. And then may she be blessed with good health and happiness. That is all for my speech for today. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you. Okay, so I end with a thank you, so I've got the closing right there. It's okay if it's a short paragraph, as long as you included all the details that they need. And now we are good to go. Alright, let's have a look at the checklist. What have we done for today? Have we included everything? So, have we written a speech for the ceremony? Yes, we have. Okay, is the person retiring? Yes, retiring, not transferring. So we have plans and whatnot. Make sure it's clear there. Format is greetings. We have a greetings, we have a purpose, and we also put an ending there just simply by saying thank you. So that's off the list. Have we included and elaborated given points? As much as we've counted just now, we have all from CP1 to CP12. So yes, and we've added and elaborated our own ideas, especially on the teacher's plans after retirement. We have that in, and we've used a formal tone throughout because to show respect to the teacher, as well as being in the formal settings. So that's it for directed writing. This time around we've been using DW from 2015. If you need any materials, I have also included the sample answer in the first link that I've shown, the QR code that I've shown in the beginning of the video, so you can go there and download all the things that you need, and see you in the next video.
We've come to the end of the lesson. If you need any help with the task, or if you have any questions, don't be shy. Ask away in the comment section below. While you're at that, show some love and subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification, hit like, and share this to your friends. Till then, class dismissed.